Arrow Season 6, Episode 8, titled Crisis on Earth X Part 2. This, of course, is the second half of the 4-part crossover between Supergirl, Arrow, Flash, and Legends of Tomorrow. And this episode is better than Part 1, because Part 1 was some CW melodrama about, like, is Felicity and Oliver gonna be the next people getting married? And you're like, oh god, are they really doing this? But until we have the wedding and the Nazis crashing the wedding, all that kind of stuff, that's when the plot moves. That's when the plot moves along. And this episode has a little bit of the CW melodrama with the whole Felicity saying to Oliver that she doesn't want to marry him, and it just felt really underplaced. It just felt like, let's focus on the main threat. The main threat is Nazis crash wedding. Let's focus on that versus the, is the wedding happening? Is there going to be a wedding? I'm like, no, let's focus on the main threat. But when we do focus on the main threat, it gets really interesting. It's like a lot of like, what? Like when Tommy showed up as like the Earth X Prometheus, I was like, how? I'm like, my mind is like, I'm like, no way. And there's that, because he's a character that you recognize, there's that like connection to that character. But when you find out he's one of them, it's like that no aspect of things. The back and forth of the jokes between Oliver, Carla, and Barry are fantastic. Definitely when they are about to meet their Earth X counterparts. In a way, they had kind of made Green Arrow, Flash, and Supergirl as the Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman of the TV universe. This is the TV trinity, and I'm fine with that. Have Green Arrow as Batman, have Flash as Superman, and have Supergirl as Wonder Woman. That is awesome. I think it's cool. And because you have all these aspects, you're like, yeah, you know what? Seeing them together kind of gives you that kind of joy that you read from reading comics or seeing animated stuff or playing a video game or something. You have that sense of joy towards it. So we find out what they want. What do the Earth X counterparts want? They want Supergirl, because their Kara, the Earth X Kara is dying, and they want to use Supergirl as a way to help her live. And I'm like, okay, cool. And having Oliver and Kara being a couple for the Earth X thing, I was like, it kind of does give you the sense like, but it's meant to give you that. It's meant to give you, the audience member, to have that sense like, this feels a little bit awkward, because it's like, it kind of gives you like, it's not them, but it has their faces, and it's like, no, Oliver's meant to be with Felicity. How the season is. It's like, okay, that's just weird, right? Action in this is spectacular. I will say this, I do think it's better than the church fight, and the church fight was fucking awesome, right? Because I'm saying this because Arrow has done these very well one-shot takes. These very cool one-shot takes. Now, there is one shaky cam close-up action scene between Nazi Oliver and Green Arrow and Team Arrow. That was like close cam, shaky cam, and I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome. And there's like, I can't see what's going on. But when we go with our main heroes, with Alex and White Canary and Supergirl and Flash and Green Arrow, I was like, this is awesome. It's quick and cut. There's a cool move with Alex where she's like, firing the guns, quickly stabbing people. It's like, oh my god, this is amazing. So I was like, okay, the action scenes for Arrow is always great. I was always curious about, like, what does it look like when you add a couple more superpowers? What happens when you add like a Firestorm? What happens when you add a Supergirl, a Flash? What does those action scenes look like? And it looks like that, and it looks fantastic. I mean, yes, there's all those CW garbage things, but I think part two is better than part one.